All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fengyun Dota 2 tournament here. We've got Hearts Get Together versus Titan Esports here. It's the best of three match, game 3 of the series. Looking forward to bringing you this one here on Beyond the Summit. My name is Matt. With me tonight is Base Kip. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Looking forward to seeing some Dota, but I feel like I should stop saying that because every time that I do, the Dota gets pushed further and further away. So, I don't know. Another draft. Let's get it done. Let's get a game, end this series, and maybe put it behind us.
Seriously, like this whole disconnecting thing has been absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe already Hearts Get Together. They're losing one of their players as he's disconnected out, but you know that's fine.
Look, this is home server for them. This is all fine.
I also have a nosebleed.
It's Titan
right
that we
now,
have to worry about.
I have a nosebleed, and I'm trying to cast with it. So bear with me, guys. The draft is already going on, as you can clearly see. The Slark, the Elder Titan ban out for Titan, and the Visage as well. Man, interesting stuff already with these early bans here. We don't see the Clockwork ban like we saw being picked up in that previous game, and I feel like you know, the same can be said about, of course, the Rubik. I think teams should start really banning that hero out. Maybe that's just me though.
No, I don't think he's that much stronger than any other support that he warrants a ban. Like, if you look at all of the bans in this game, I guess Titan, well, some people don't worry that much about the Elder Titan, but they definitely want to get rid of the Slark. They just aren't prepared to deal with it. Same deal for Hearts Get Together. They don't have any experience probably playing against the Miracle Nagasire, and so they're just going to get rid of that. Maybe you could sub out the Visage ban, but I think most people that you ask, they would say you're more likely to get rid of an Alchemist or a Visage than a Rubik.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that's
remaining.
true. And I actually kind of forgot about the Alchemist, to be fair. That hero is so strong, and they actually give it up. They give it to Titan right now, which is an interesting thing, because that hero is so strong. Actually, Hearts Get Together got in that last game for, I think, the amount of time that we had a game. Sadly, it was about 5 minutes long, but it was obviously 20 because of how long we had to disconnect and do the draft and all that. But we are into a better server right now. It's the perfect world server here, so we're playing on Hearts Gets Together. Their home turf right now. They will have the Clockwork and the Rubik to go for them in the next few, with these next few pickups.
You know something is wrong when you're calling the perfect world server the better server in the comparison. Like, just putting that out there. But I'm getting an odd sense of deja vu. Are you getting this as well? Like,
it's like I'm watching the same draft over and over and over.
It's like
again.
It's except this time around. Well, the teams banned the same heroes, but they're on the opposite sides, and they're just picking one another's drafts. At least so far. So maybe we'll see some kind of switch. I'd really like to see maybe Miracle on a Morphling or something like that. Something that's really his speed. I mean, we are in game 3 at this point. This is do or die for both sides. And I'm really surprised at the puck pickup for Titan, given that it's one of the most ping-dependent heroes in the entire game.
It really is. And, you know, we were just talking about how the drafts were always so similar for the past couple of days. And this kind of just throws an entire monkey wrench in that. Like, oh, yeah, we're just going to pick a puck up with our second pick. And, you know, I don't see why not. I guess if you feel comfortable with it, if you feel like you could do well with it, then go for that hero. With Waning Rift, with Dream Coil, he has a lot of sort of lockdown and initiating potential for Titan Esports, and it kind of goes along the lines of what Clockwork has. So they'll get one initiator of their own. We'll go through the draft as well with the bans coming out, and, you know, I don't mind the change-up for Titan right now.
Yeah, the one thing that Titan do lose is that they've given away a little bit of information insofar as people don't really do offlane puck that much. I'm saying this I'm saying this with the expectation that there isn't going to be an offlane puck, but it's more than likely just going to be puck mid and support alch. Yes, the trend at the moment is to just have support alch, but they've kind of given it away that they don't really have the option to run mid alchemist anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing with the puck pickup like you talked about. So,
10 seconds remaining.
The bans are keeping on coming here, and, you know, it's going to be a Viper pickup for Hearts Get Together. A hero that is pretty strong, has fallen out of favor a little bit. Viper Strike's an excellent ability, obviously, and since they have the Rubik, there's no threat of it being stolen. And that's really the one problem with the Viper in certain scenarios, that you could just have Viper Strike stolen and used against you, and really kind of decimates your team if that happens. So pickoffs are going to be plenty here for Hearts Get Together. They've got a strong pickoff lineup with the Viper and Clockwork, and I like their draft thus far. Don't mind it.
Yeah, I think we see a little bit more Viper in the Eastern scene as well compared to NA
5
or
seconds
Europe,
remaining.
so this doesn't come as too much of a shock. Um,
Reserve time.
you know, Viper is a pretty straightforward hero, tends to win his lane. The way that IG have been running him recently is sort of safe lane with a really fast mech and kind of 5-manning from there. So it's the same kind of story as safe lane Bristle or safe lane Pugna. But I'm thinking that it's probably just going to be mid Viper this game. Hearts get together, keeping their options open for the carry spot.
Yeah, and I do like it. I like when you have your options open for what you could pick up down the draft. It makes it a bit harder to see who's going where, and for the opposing team to ban things out. There is still only one ban left for Titans, so I guess it doesn't matter that much, but it also affects Titans draft a little bit as well. They've got 50 seconds left in reserve time. They already have that Alchemist who will probably be played in that as support role. The Puck who's going to be in the mid lane, they can go for some more supports, maybe a core hero like an offlaner, like a Bristleback could work effectively. They can just run at people with the Puck, silence up, get a Dream Coil, and then have Bristleback go to work. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. They have a couple of other options they can go for, but wow, Keeper of the Light, look at this coming out from Titan Esports. Wow.
Okay, so I guess the most comfortable style for Titan is just split push. I mean, I guess that's the core of it here. The Keeper of the Light is going to turn whatever Miracle ends up playing into a split pusher, just because the Keeper of the Light, if he's playing it properly, will be able to bounce him around between lanes and just hold off Hearts together, hold them off at arm's length
10 seconds
for a really
remaining.
long time. The one thing for Titan is if they're going down that road, whoever they
5
pick up
seconds
needs to be a
remaining.
pretty hard carry. It needs to be, I would say, you know, your typical
Reserve
1v5
time.
hard carry, because Hearts get together, yes, they're going to struggle a little bit if it goes to the ultra late game. Clockwork and Viper are not the best late gamers, but having seen this, they're probably just going to do everything that they possibly can to end this game within 20-25 minutes, because I think Titan have given away the fact that they're just going to play for the late game already.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see what carry they want to go that goes along with their split push tactics. Hearts go together, or excuse me, get together
Radiant team
with the
pick.
lineup that they have.
Yeah.
They go for a Sand King, and like you
Dire
said, that's a
team
hero that is going to be able to 1v5 and even split push you down even harder. And not too long ago, we considered this the cancer strategy. Keeper of the Light and Phantom Lancer together. This is, like, there were drafts and casts where I was literally just like, I don't want to see any more of this. Please stop. Please stop picking this. So,
are Titan going to ban the Jug? I don't. Well, they might not necessarily have to, but I think it's a really strong option for Hearts get together, because if you have a Juggernaut on your team, you've got the push,
10
and
seconds
Healing Ward
remaining.
means that you never care about the Keeper of the Light
5
Illuminate
seconds
spam.
remaining.
So I think it could be a really good pickup for Hearts. We'll see what they end up going for. They could also just try and get a really good
Reserve
aggressive
time.
tri-lane farmer and try and go put the pressure on the PL early. The Keeper of the Light is a little bit weaker than he used to be. It did obviously get that base strength nerf, and Alchemist isn't all right tri-lane support, but it would mean that Titan have a double melee defensive tri-lane with not a lot of ganking power. So I think that Hearts
10
could quite
seconds
comfortably
remaining.
run an aggro tri if they want. So I'd say that those are the two options here. Maybe aggro tri, shut the
5
PL down from the
seconds
start,
remaining.
or if you want to, I guess you can pick up the Jug and go safe
Dire
lane and
team
roam your
pick.
supports.
yeah, and that is how you're going to win this game, I feel like, is either fighting early on or just ganking that Phantom Lancer and making his life miserable. Because we saw what Miracle does when he just gets ganked early on. He can't get the farm that he likes to get, the items that he likes to get early on in the game. He maybe goes for a Midas that's a little too late, and it becomes too rough for him to get back into the game. But with Hearts get together, they have to pick up, and you mentioned something like a
10
Juggernaut. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all.
seconds
And so we'll see. They only have a minute and 8 seconds left for their last pick, which is
5
actually enough
seconds remaining.
considering what they've got already. So Titan Esports, they've got their last pick as well, and that'll
Reserve
probably have
time.
to be an offlaner if this is going to be a defensive try with the Alchemist and the Keeper of the Light, which by all means it should be. And I do like Hearts Get Together's lineup a little bit better. HGT's lineup is more appealing to me just in terms of the way Dota's played now and how early game Dota works. But in the event this game does go long, Titan has a team that can take it. But the Shadow Fiend does come from Hearts Get Together. and
Radiant
a
team
very
pick.
interesting pick to be sure.
Yeah, I am intrigued by the Shadow Fiend, honestly. I mean, it's great for early to mid game team fights. Not a bad pusher either. I guess that gives them. They've got the minus armor aura as well, looking towards the mid game. Maybe bring down Roshan, keep that momentum going. But yeah, I was not expecting to to see the Shadow Fiend. Maybe they're a little bit worried that if they go really aggressive, Miracle will switch over to maybe sort of the drum diffusal build and actually come and participate in fights. So they're just trying to back up their team fight options there. But Titan go maximum rat mode and take the Nature's Prophet.
This is literally Rat Dota. About as Rat Dota as it gets for Titan Esports right now. You've got to keep the light in the Phantom Lancer, which I said before, like a couple months ago, was like we thought this was disgusting. And if you played it in a pub, you wanted to hurt yourself. If you played it against a pub, I'm saying. And then they go for the Nature's Prophet on top of that. So they do at least have the puck, which is very team fight heavy, and I think they can take team fights if they have the right amount of farm, if they get the right amount of initiation or counter initiation. On the other side, though, Hearts get together. They've got a more well-rounded lineup in terms of just team fighting and ganking as well. But this is, reminder, this is a game 3 here, so everything is kind of on the line for both teams. It's a single elimination tournament. This is going to be a tough matchup for both teams. Whoever wins this one, I believe, moves on to face up against Invictus Gaming, so it's going to be a close battle, I believe, and we'll see who can take the victory right now. So we are going to jump into the game. My nosebleed has stopped as the draft has ended, so I think we're good to go as of right now, and I say that it may start up in a second, so hopefully it does not. So here we go. On the side of Titan Esports, we've got Ohio. That'll be on the Nature's Prophet there. KYXY in the puck. Down in the bottom lane, we've got Miracle on the Phantom Lancer. Ned is going to be on the Keeper of the Light, and Extinct will be on the Alchemist. You notice how I took Titan this time around and gave you HGT?
That's fair enough. So over on Hearts Get Together, we have Alex this time around on the Clockwork. We have, well, he's currently under the tag of Happy, but I think it's Xiao Hong. On Verbic, we've got Xiao Love over on the Shadow Fiend. That means DM is going to be on the Viper, and that leaves XZ to handle the Sand King.
So absolutely correct. We will see them head down here in the bottom lane with the Sand King. It looks like it might be an aggressive try, not sure. They have Alex here. Actually, I think they just wanted to ward up with the Sand King, then maybe he goes to another lane, maybe even dual lanes here. I'm not sure, though. You can see that the Rubik is rowing top, and I think Sand King is heading over there as well. So it is actually going to be a defensive try with DM mid lane, and then down bottom is going to be that off-lane Clockwork, which is how they should, of course, lane it right now. It should be off-lane Nature's Prophet for Titan, mid lane KYXY and the puck, and then defensive try coming out for them as well with Miracle, just trying to get as much farm as possible. So they're not going to try to do an aggro tri lane up against this Phantom Lancer and try to get him, to take down his farm, obviously. They don't want to fight into the Keeper the Light Blast or the Alchemist Stun Acid Spray on top of that. They just want to get farm for the Shadow Fiend. And eventually they probably will be aggressive against this Phantom Lancer, maybe even rotating some supports down, or even trying to take down that mid, but it's not an easy mid to take down. It's KYXY and the puck, who will have phase shift and probably skilled at level 1 just to be safe and secure.
Yeah, the one here that we did neglect to mention, I guess, during the draft was the Gyrocopter, which could have also been a strong option for Hearts and trying to deal with the PL, but ready a smoke heading in towards mid lane here for HGT.
Yeah, phase shift was already used. He's going to go ahead and get away from it. It looks like Telekinesis is not in range for HGT, and somehow KYXY gets away again. And they tried that level 1 smoke last time around, and it worked super effectively. This time, not so much. Yeah,
I think KYXY was already a little bit suspicious. Maybe you could argue that DM started harassing him a bit too early, but I don't think that's even a surprise from the Viper that he would be playing so aggressively at the start against the puck. But good job by KYXY, dodges the gank, and looks like he should be alright.
Yeah, and he'll try to get farm here. He has got to deal with Corrosive Skin and Poison Attack, and this is a lane that Puck is going to have a trouble in for a period of time, and that's the problem when you pick Puck so early. You could pick somebody like a Viper to harass him down easily early on. The salve is already used. Battle will keep him up if it gets to it. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Alex does get Unstable Concoction. The Codal Blast is there. Damage goes. He can cog up if necessary. He doesn't want to spend the mana to do it. He'll just salve up right now and get right back into the lane. So Alex already showing that he is kind of tanky. He could survive a bit longer if necessary, and he will not go down.
Players here.
Yeah, Ohio's just being a pest on top lane, runs the side pull. Feeling pretty safe, it seems, at the moment. Thinks that those two supports by themselves, well, the two of them can't kill him, so he's just going to sit here, trade hits, and just in general be a nuisance. I think Ohio is probably one of the best offlane Nature's Prophet players in the game, so showing that so far.
Yeah, and he's actually just going to grab experience, as well as a couple last hits down here. He was sitting in the river, just trying to leech that experience there, and did a good job of it. There's the Haste Rune top right now, which we should mention, Rune Watch 2012, or 2013, excuse me. almost 2014 now even. So 2-minute rune watch. KYXY is going to grab that haste rune. He's going to go fast with it. No bottle to help out with that. He could try to harass Viper down, even maybe go for a kill. His level 2 Illusion Orb should do a nice job of harassing him and maybe even getting a kill there, but he's got phase shift up and he'll dodge the poison attack. Actually, no, the corrosive skin is doing work, as you can clearly see. But anything right now that you see that's interesting to you, Base Skip?
Not really. There's still the smoke up on Extinct, so Titan might be able to make a move at some point. But again, it's the way that Titan have drafted this. The onus is 100% on Hearts Get Together to be making the move. So the one interesting thing to me, I guess, is what kind of build the Shadow Fiend is going to be going for here. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Viper is going to go for a mech, but the Shadow Fiend does have a bit of a decision to make regarding BKB or whether he goes for a Shadow Blade. So we'll see what he does.
In this game specifically, I'd be inclined to believe it is maybe a BKB to deal with Puck and pretty much all of his abilities, as well as the Kotal Blast. Wouldn't be nice to have to deal with that. But then again, there's a lot of physical damage as well, so maybe don't go for BKB, go for a Shadow Blade and try to gank some of the squishier heroes across the map and do a good job of it as well. But it's going to depend on how this game goes from up in that top lane. He's getting excellent farm. He's not being ganked or harassed or anything. The Nature's Prophet's there, but he can't do much. There is a smoke coming out from HGT. KYXY is way in the river right now. He doesn't show any signs of backing off. He's backing off a little bit by bit, but he's waiting for the next creep wave. He still sees that they're off the map right now. They're not going just yet. Now they're going to make their move. Rubik should be leading the way here with the telekinesis. Poison attack. Not going to hit that time. This time it will. Illusion Orb away. They can't get the telekinesis before he jaunts away. So a nice play once again from KYXY to avoid a gank and continue on living.
Yeah, I think he was already a little bit suspicious. Ohio would have said, look, the supports aren't doing anything top lane, they're not pulling. Just be aware that something could happen, and yeah, reads the Viper like a book and just immediately orbs back. And he's playing this lane pretty safe. He's not using the orb at all to farm. He's very aware of the fact that Hearts Get Together are out looking for him. But that's 2 smokes down. And not only have they invested those smokes, that's also time that they could have spent pulling. It's time that they could have spent grabbing their own farm.
And KYXY taking a lot of damage, though, in that mid lane because of that poison attack. That's just level 2, and level 2 corrosive skin with 1 level point and neurotoxin, and that's still just enough damage to push him out of the lane, have him jaunt away, make sure he lives, bottle up, and waste his bottle charges on top of that. Now he may have to crow because I think Rune Control was going to, last time I checked HGT, because they have supports roaming through, checking the rune spots. So you can see there is going to be a TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet, maybe trying to force something here for Titan. We might see a Sprout up in just a moment. There's the Dream Coil, Sprout on top of that. Illusory Orb not going to hit, but they can of course jaunt through, maybe even use that Waning Rift if necessary. DM, corrosive skin, the flare doing a lot of work. DM's going to try to turn this around. He's going to try to get Ohio. Now the silence up on DM. He'll get 1 kill. That's first blood. It's definitely worth it, as you can see. A 1-for-1 trade, and Extinct taking a lot of damage as well. If there was a TP in here from HGT, that would have been punished so hard.
Why didn't they just wait for Extinct? I mean, he was there at the end. I think they could have quite easily just waited for him to get there. Throw the coil, stun him, Prophet TP's in, and it's a very straightforward kill. Instead, they give away the first blood to the Viper. They do still manage to bring him down, but pretty big investment time-wise just for that kill.
Yeah, and that does give Viper the first blood gold. And yes, you get the puck to get the kill, but like, is it really worth it in that scenario? Probably not, I think.
Yeah, the puck is a little bit up in terms of levels, and Titan actually playing this pretty aggressively. 2-man smoke towards top lane.
Yeah, they're looking to make room across the map, and they'll do that by trying to gank the Shadow Fiend. They should get this kill. Unstable's gonna go. The pings already came. Illusory Orb doing a lot of damage. Jaunt Silence is gonna go through. He cannot even get 1 raise off. TP canceled. They don't even need Ohio, so just a nice kill coming out once again from Titan. This time they rotate up a puck and, of course, the Alchemist here, and giving, of course, the farm to Ohio in the mid lane. They're not losing anything on the map right now by getting that kill.
And Hearts Get Together have put so much emphasis on this mid lane, especially in terms of warding. They're really trying to keep up full information as to what's going on with KYXY, but I don't know if he's the big problem. He's definitely the one hero for Titan between like the 10 to 20 minute mark that's going to be the biggest problem in terms of holding off fights and things like that. But wow, even Alex might be in trouble bot.
He does have that haste rune, but Sprout will stop that. He's got his cogs up. There's the Spirit Lance. Nice treant block. Look at those treants, Ohio. What a play with those treants. My goodness. I guess there was only one way to go, but still, I feel like that was a great play.
Yeah, nicely done. I guess Alex thought that haste turn was... Oh, never mind. Another kill top lane. Sankey's gonna end up going down.
And we talked about ping disadvantages. Titan, obviously, here on the Perfect World server, they're not playing at full capacity because of those ping disadvantages. What's important to note, I felt like HGT actually had a bit of a lead in the other game on the Singaporean server, and they actually, you know, had to GG out because of the issues they had. Now they're down 4-1. The game's still well underway, and we've got a lot of Dota left, but it feels like Titan has an advantage here early on in this game.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And Hearts get together, they have to know that the clock is ticking. Miracle's getting up some really good farm, and Miracle might even go for the first item Radiance here. He's got 2,400 gold up in the bank already, and Hearts get together haven't made any moves to stop him just yet. Sand King is chilling out bottom lane at the moment, so we'll see. They might be able to do something here.
Yeah, Alex is going to get Spirit Lanced. Sand King is here. They want to try to get something going right now. The TP is going to come in from Ohio, though. He's going to look for a gank. You're in the trees, my friend. You need to make some treants right now. Alex with the Cog. Spirit Lance already went. Nature's Wrath is going to do some damage whenever it hits. I'm not sure where it went, but they have got vision on him. Sprouts up. You can see Alex is going to take more damage, but they're going to back off. They used the Nature's Wrath, but I didn't see where it hit. I don't think it hit on Alex. If it did,
No, it got soaked up along the way. Oh, the reason was Net was sitting there at the big camp, and because he had vision over all of those creeps, the Nature's Wrath got dead stopped by the big camp. So
no. Because that would have probably gotten the kill.
They missed the kill.
Yeah,
that would have got the kill for sure.
Well, a bit of a, I guess, misplay if you can call it that. KYX playing the mid lane. There's two heroes here. They should see this Rubik. He's sitting pretty close by. I mean, it is daytime, so... And there's that. And what they don't see is the Sand King in the trees right now. He's ready to go. He's actually got a smoke to see, and they could even use it under this tower if they want to. It looks like they're pinging. They're thinking about it. They're not quite sure yet. They're going to use it on two of their heroes. It's not going to get up on the Rubik. They're going to roam down, maybe even look for a wraparound gank here on the side. We'll see which way they go. It looks like they're going up and into the jungle here. They may very well find out this Keeper of the Light, who's not this, tankiest hero. Will use his Coddle Blast, and I don't think he saw DM or the Sand King, but they're not going to pursue any further, as Keeper of the Light's going to go right under this this tower. He actually Coddle Blasted maybe just because he saw them. I'm not sure. Well,
I think he was just doing it to finish off the camp, but he has some pretty strong suspicions that something is going on here, and they do have a ward a little bit further back. So once the smoke got revealed, yeah, his suspicions will be confirmed. And Hearts get together. You can see that they're starting to get a little bit worried, I would say.
Alex, wow. I guess he more. I mean,
he blow hooked to stop the rune getting denied.
Yeah, I know, but like, I guess is it worth it? It's a hook shot. I guess you're not using it. I don't think so. You're not using it, but
you want to use it.
That's true. Well, either way, I guess it's fine. He's got the double damage, which is never a bad pickup, obviously. It's double damage, let's be honest. And they are going to try to kill him, though. Now that he has no hook shot, he's also very low. Sprout's going to come through. We'll see maybe another play from Ohio. The Trance, not this time. It doesn't matter, however. The Illuminate securing the kill for Titan. Now the Viper Strike coming in on DM onto Ohio here. He will just TP away smartly, knowing that there is no disables available for HGT in the vicinity. He just says, that's fine. I'll just TP out. And, well, if you wanted more mana, now Keeper High Light has it. But still, that last fight going the way of Titan, grabbing another kill there.
Yeah, and Miracle has 3,600 gold.
It's coming.
I'm a bit afraid.
Yeah.
This is looking an awful lot like just the first item Radiance, and I don't think Hearts get together hitting their pace at all. And let's keep in mind, it is not unreasonable to end a Dota game in 20-25 minutes if the enemy team goes for something like an anti-mage or a PL or something like that. Yes, the Keeper of the Light is a huge nuisance, and by himself he probably stalls the game out by about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I just don't think that Hearts get together I don't think they've hit their stride at all here. I mean, Jalov is still just trying to farm up. He's still working towards that BKB, but not a single tower has fallen just yet, and they're trailing pretty heavily. Just in terms of kills and in terms of position in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like they should be doing a bit more right now. Maybe they're waiting for the Viper mech, but I feel like already it's almost too late here. As, like you mentioned, that first item Relic is going to come out. Well, the first big item, if you will. The Radiance will be done in short order as well. And that means it's a lot of damage in team fights when you really think about it. So, with Radiance for Miracle. This is going to be a bit of an issue. Alex can do all he can with his hook shot and the rest of his team helping him out, but realistically, you know, you've got the Shadow Fiend here, and speaking of him, he's getting ganked, as you can clearly see. Unstable Concoction, lose your arm away from him KYXY. There was a TP coming in, it gets canceled anyways, because they know that they can't get much done. Nature's Prophet actually got that kill with the Nature's Wrath up in the top lane, so he is going for a Midas, and that's even worse for HGT right now. Oh no, that hook shot from Alex as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, looks like
they didn't even bring anti-invis bot.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, they can't gank him right now, and in fact they're taking a lot of the damage here. The right clicks are coming in from DM, and you can see actually Net might fall to this and will, and that's just the poison attacks doing work. But what's not falling is Miracle, and he'll stay alive. Just continuing to farm, and he has Doppelwalk in 7 seconds. No mana to use it. He does have to be careful. Actually, he has mana now. You can see he's regened up enough. Still, though, it's a nice pickup, but it's just to keep her the light, and that's really all it is at this point. And they've already lost that tier 1 top. They've lost to kill him, their Shadow Fiend, who's got to get his races back up to snuff, and he's also going to get that BKB, but that's easier said than done. So
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Hearts get
attack.
together, are starting to get some momentum going. Oh, Alex gets caught by the concoction mid. Ohio and KYXY swoop in and pick up that kill.
they're just all over the place. They're being so aggressive, and I like this out of
Dire's
Titan's
middle
line. If you
tower
say, okay,
is
we can
under
split
attack.
push, but we can also be aggressive
Radiant's
and grab kills
bottom
wherever we
tower
want
is
them.
under
And
attack.
it seems like, you know, HGT are caught out by it. And there's the Dream Coil going in on the Rubik phase shift, the silence as well. Unstable was getting charged, not that it matters. The right click is going to go. Unstable gets thrown on top of the dead body.
Dire's
That
middle
corpse
tower
is
under
deader than it
attack.
was before. The Treants are whacking away at the tower. They're going to look for another tier 1, and Titan once again rolling on through here as we reach the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, and now Hearts Get Together are 100% reliant on this mech and the BKB on the Shadow Fiend. Once that happens, they pretty much need to group up 5-man and win the game. If at any point they get stopped, I'm not sure what
Radiant's top tower
they
is
can do.
under
They don't have a
attack.
great lineup for being able to pop in and grab Ro16 if they're a little bit behind. And the split push is getting stronger and stronger. We've almost got the Radiance finished up for Miracle. Ohio is already very scary as far as split push is concerned. And Hearts Get Together. This is starting to look pretty grim for them, honestly. I mean, it might be a little bit too early to call. You know, if you look at the score, it's only 8-2. But just in terms of what the game plan is for each team, Titan are miles ahead right now.
Yeah, they really are, and they keep trying to go down here in this bottom lane to just try to take care of Miracle. He's not even here right now. They will recall him, and his Radiance is done at 14 minutes and 50 seconds. Wow, that is quite the fast timing of the Radiance. And boots were purchased up before that as well. He, I think, started off with the Poor Man's Shield, but still, they know it's up right now. The timing is there for Titan as they're coming in. Oh my god, that Codal Blast and the Radiance Burn, plus Ohio with the Nature's Wrath. Silence is up on DM. Now there's going to be that, of course, Dream Coil, the right clicks, the Radiance Burn. Viper Strike comes through before he dies. He gets the mech off as well. He goes down to the burn. Ohio getting ganked up here. The right click's not enough. There's going to be the Blinding Light as well. TP out from Ohio. He will survive, but it's 2 down now for HGT. The Flare coming through, almost heading up and grabbing the kill for Alex. Sadly, just a little too late, and they lose another 2 heroes for HGT.
So, I don't know if Hearts have a choice, though. The Viper has to respawn, and I think they pretty much just have to go and try and find a
Dire's
team fight. The
middle
problem
tower
is that
under attack.
if Titan don't want to team fight you, they don't have to at all. So,
Dire's structures are fortified.
this is tough.
It really is.
Dire's
I mean,
middle
like,
tower
because
is
they
under
could just,
attack.
like we talked about, split push, force TPs back
Dire's
to the
middle
base, say,
tower
okay,
has
well,
fallen.
make them defend. Meanwhile, Ohio's going to get
top
hookshot
tower is
on.
under
There is
attack.
going to be some help coming through. Burrow Strike Ohio in trouble. He did Shadow Amulet. He's still alive. Sandstorm not grabbing the kill, but Alex will with the flare. Now, X is up. Jaunt out coming through from KYXY. And there's the epicenter. Not necessarily needed, but for good measure, why not go ahead and use it? So HGT turn 2. And a good start for maybe some sort of comeback. And it's weird to say comeback at 16 minutes, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, and Titan do need to be
Dire's
careful. They've been
bottom
playing
tower is
really
under attack.
aggressive in the early game, and it's caught Hearts Get Together off guard because they really thought
structures
that
are
they were
fortified.
gonna, Hearts were just thinking, okay, we can farm for 10, 12 minutes and be absolutely fine.
Radiant's middle
Didn't
tower
end up being
has
the
fallen.
didn't end up
Dire's
being the
bottom
case.
tower
Titan ganked
has
really
fallen.
actively, really aggressively, and made the space for Miracle to get this Radiance up.
Radiant's middle tower
And with that
is under
Radiance,
attack.
well, with the help of Net as well.
And 2.4k gold.
And 2.4k gold. They take down that tier 1 tower bottom. They trade it there. They did lose those heroes mid, but they did a nice job of making sure they got something out of it, being that tier 1 tower. So they do get more gold in the bank, which really do you need for Phantom Lancer right now? Obviously, you're a carry. You want to continue getting items, but then, like, HGT's like, let us breathe for just a second, please. We would like items of our own. Please. So DM is trying to go for that Aghanim Scepter, a very good item on a Viper. Usually you see it 99% of the time. Speaking of that Viper, he is the target of a smoke cane coming out from Extinct and KYXY, and the Unstable Concoction is going to lead in this engagement. And, well, Viper may go down here. Dream Coil comes first. There's the Unstable. Illusion Orb's going to fly in a moment, and just so much burst damage. It's disgusting. Puck grabbing the kill rather easily. And the Force Staff is done for the Clockwork, but with the way Titan's been playing, another easy kill going the way, which will give him a lot of gold.
Under attack.
And KOXY, Ohio, and Extinct are just making absurd amounts of space. And that's not really getting in on the action too much, but his job is just to drag, Miracle from lane to lane and feed him mana. Hell, he even went for Arcane Boots here, just so that he could sustain the non-stop spam for Miracle, and Miracle didn't have to buy any mana items whatsoever. He doesn't even have a wand at this point. I don't think he'll even buy anything else that's cheap. It'll probably just be tier 4, tier 5 items for the rest of the game to fill up his slots.
Net is really, he actually is a babysitter in this game. He feels exactly what a babysitter should be. He's just saying, okay, let me feed you mana, little baby, let me give you some room to farm. However, he cannot save him, maybe for Miracle. The mech is up, the damage is there, Dop will walk away. I think they already used their dust. No, there it goes now, a little bit late. Alex now chasing after Net. Miracle about to fall and will, but it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end because Total Blast does work and the Radiance Burn on top of that. So even when they kill Miracle, they lose a hero out of
Radiant's
it.
bottom tower
And
a tier 2 tower. Yep. Wow.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This is poor KOXY. He was about to be taken over to mid by Cuddle, but the Rocket Flare canceled the recall.
That's he would like to be there actually in the engagement. He'll walk. He's actually going to find DM. He's got Dream Coil available. The question is he going to use it? Viper Strike? Oh, that did hit. He didn't phase shift that. And he could have. He could have saw the animation coming. He said save the phase shift, but he actually phased a lot of the damage anyways, so KOX will get out of there just fine and get mech'd up. And speaking of a lot of gold, he has 2,600 in the bank currently, and that's a byproduct of the 7,500 gold lead they've got already in the game. Oh my god, Boots of Travel coming out for Miracle at 19 minutes in. This is gross. This is pretty disgusting. In a good way.
Yeah, I mean, Titan have played this very, very well. It's not like we've sat here and watched a Phantom Lancer farming for 20 minutes. We've sat here and watched Ohio and KYXY and Extinct make some amazing plays all around the map to create all of this space so Miracle can do exactly what he's doing right now.
And
so
it feels so different. It feels so different than what they did in Game 1 and the beginnings of Game 2. It feels like they're being aggressive. They're putting the pressure on HGT. HGT's not the one dictating the game pace. So I really love Titan's playstyle right now, and they're getting, paid for it here. I mean, they're getting the gold, they're getting the advantage, and now they're going to try to get another fight. Unstable is going to go on DM. They're not looking to fight just yet. The Illusion Orb is going to come through as well, but they back off. And I'm not sure why. They had heroes there to gank, and yes, there are 3 heroes coming out from HGT, but there actually was a wraparound potential from Alex, and maybe that is the smart game sense that Titan have.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for Titan to take an engagement at this point. I think, for Titan, they've been playing their game all the way up until this point, and if they start playing Hearts Get Together's game, there is maybe still a chance that they could lose. So I think just hold the tier 1s, hold the remaining tier 1, let Miracle do his thing all around the map, and just let your draft win the way that it's supposed to. Don't try and get ahead of yourself and win team fights at this point and close the game out. So I think just Titan need to be a little bit patient here, and they did exactly that top lane.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they weren't looking to do force a fight that maybe was a bit unnecessary and maybe would have cost them a couple of deaths instead of the kills that they wanted. So they'll keep slow playing this by getting Miracle more and more farm. Of course, tankier and more damage he gets, the more difficult it becomes for HGT because they have that Shadow Fiend, and yes, he's farming away, and he is farming very effectively. He has
200 creeps, but what does it matter? I think is the thing.
Not a whole lot. when you've got split push up the wazoo, you've got a Nature's Prophet, you've got a team of Titan playing very effectively sound DotA. I mean, and of course the Blink Dagger up now on the Alchemist means that they can initiate wherever. And Alex may be a byproduct of that. He just walks uphill, not assuming that there'd be anybody up in his own jungle. He assumed wrong, sadly. And that's a Necro 2. So
Necro 2, Net has a gem. Titan at this point, I don't even know if they need to kill another hero to win this game. Like, I think they can just sit the Prophet top. He can farm the jungle as well quite safely. Miracle can handle the other lanes. And eventually, Miracle's going to have enough items to just pop all of his illusions, send them at the tower, back off, wait for cooldowns, send illusions at the tower again. But Titan Gank Squad hiding in the trees right now.
Yeah, and they're looking for this Viper, and we've seen this movie before. DM has been in this exact scenario.
Dire's middle tower
Unfortunately, they've got actually an Nature's Prophet here to help out as well. But the Unstable's going to go silence, Illusory Orb, the right clicks. They don't even need Ohio, like we said last time. And still 48 seconds for the Viper to be down now, and he'll sit on the sidelines and root for his team while he's there.
And I said, I guess, what does the Shadow Fiend's farm matter? I'm also considering, like, what does Miracle's farm matter at this point? I think he could be any hero, and Titan would probably still be winning this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Right now.
I mean, but the thing is, they have an option for, you know, just pushing and sieging down the late game. But yeah, I think you're right. It really doesn't matter at all. But maybe this Rubik's probably dead. Illusory Orb is going to catch him, just the tail end of it. And KYXY grabs that kill. Nature's Prophet, meanwhile, grabs a tier 2 tower. Luckily, we see the Shadow Fiend split pushing bottom, so at least he's going to force the TP out. And then again, it's Boots of Travel, and you've got a Keeper of the Light on the team, so I guess that really doesn't matter. So Shadow Fiend, as much as he did pushing out that lane, it's about to just all be for naught here. Actually, the Illusion's roaming away from the creep wave, and the Mantis Sal is purchased up for Miracle, another item that gives him even more illusions, unsurprisingly, that he gets that item. And I'm not quite sure what you do from here as HGT. I mean, I think you rely on the Shadow Fiend, but, you know, he's not going to... It's all about right-click for him, as you can see with his Yasha. I mean, you have raises. That's not going to clear... Especially if a Heart of Trask is built up for the Phantom Lancer, it's not going to clear that kind of wave of illusions. So, yes, there's damage there for the Shadow Fiend right now, but is it the damage they need?
No, I think they would have been... If they wanted to... I mean, they weren't planning to play this style the way that it's ended up, but I think if you're in this situation, they probably would have been much happier, maybe with, like, the Gyrocopter pickup. Instead, just because I don't think if this goes late that the Shadow Fiend is going to stand much of a chance against the PL. And he's also gone for a Manta, which to me is a little bit surprising. Maybe he's going to try and split push, do some split pushing of his own instead of trying to just fight head on. So maybe we'll see Manta and like a Boots of Travel fairly early on, just so we can maybe deal with the Prophet and still participate with this team if they try and push out lanes.
Yeah, well, he's participating right now. He's BKB. He's going to turn on that and try to fight here. Extinct is the first to go down. He actually had his Chemical Rage up. Not that it mattered. So they'll take one kill, but now they actually have to go back home and deal with the Nature's Prophet, who is pushing in again. So, but the thing about the Shadow Fiend is that I feel like you're going to be fighting a losing battle if you're going up against a Phantom Lancer and a Nature's Prophet and you try to, you know, TP around with that Manta style. I just think that it's not going to do much for you. In comparison of what a Nature's Prophet can bring and what, of course, the Phantom Lancer could bring. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but for right now, it just seems really, really bad.
Yeah. It's a tough call because like, in a lot of situations in Dota, it's like, if we can do this, we can win the game. But I don't think there is that situation for Hearts Get Together at the moment. This is not a situation that you're used to being in against such heavy split push, and it's definitely not a situation that you want to be in, but they have to figure out something. So, you know, when I ask should he be split pushing or should he just be trying to fight, I don't think there's an obvious answer. And Sand King gets jumped bottom lane, Ohio is hiding in the trees.
Just another
kill, another tower.
Exactly, another easy kill, and they take down the tower on top of that. They've been getting that all game. There have been very few fights where you said, well, HG took that handedly. And in fact, I think there's only been one or two that I can count. So, this is surprising to see. You talked about it. You don't expect to be in this position you expect to be maybe closer than this, even have like a 1 or 2k gold lead for HGT, just because they have that fight early on. Instead, they're down 12k gold, they're down 7,500 experience, even more than that, and all of their towers are gone now. They've got literally no outer towers left on the map for them, which means that they can't leave their base without, you know, fear of being ganked, and that's exactly what Shadowfiend's doing now. He knows he's being hunted here. There's Ohio with the Shadow Blade. He has Sprout available. He's not going to jump on this, and neither is Miracle. But that was very dangerous place for the Shadow Fiend to be. He really knows that now they have got no vision other than, you know, a couple of wards in the opposing team's jungle on the river. Whereas there is Radiant Vision here deep into the jungle, and of course at the secret shop. Not super deep obviously. It's just actually just here on the stairs, but still it is vision nonetheless on spots that really need to be warded. So
are you kidding me, Ohio?
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
he's got to find farm somewhere.
What farm? What farm does he need? He's like at 30,000 gold, man. Really, does he need this? I mean, I guess if he needs to find farm because Miracle's farming, then yeah, but they're just like, HGT's like, are you serious? Can you cut us a break, please? Can you let us just live for a little bit longer and get our own farm? Doesn't seem to be the case.
HGT are doing the only thing that they can to try and force a fight, which is go Ro16. I think they're kind of hoping that Titan will come and do something about it, but I'm not even sure if Titan have to. I don't know what the Aegis necessarily does for Hearts. Miracle's just going to go top in rat mode, and Hearts have to get back and defend. There's no TP on the Viper. Are they just gonna lose the lane of Brax here? Okay, never mind.
Looks like no. Miracle, he is leaving right now, as you can see. I mean, they decided to get back. Hex did go on DM, and that Hex is done on KOX, by the way, so not a bad timing for that either. And they do have to defend that top lane. They'll push it back out, but you can see that's the start of something. That is the start of the split push, or even just the tier 3s and the sets of racks is going down now for Titan, you know, in order. So it's becoming a very difficult game. I wouldn't say it's unwinnable, especially if Shadow Fiend gets more farm and goes for a desperate item or just a big damage item. They can certainly win this game, but it's going to be one of the hardest games they'll ever have to win in their life. So tough game for HGT right now.
Yeah, they really wish they had some more smokes as well, but unfortunately they used all 3 of their starting smokes right in the early game, so they don't even really have that available to them to try and get that clutch pick off, and then kind of go from there. So we'll see. Their Titan are going to probably rat out the Aegis, just, you know, keep split pushing for 6 minutes, and then I don't know. I think they're just going to continue doing that. They're probably going to start sending Necro books at tier 3s and whittle Hearts Get Together away. I don't think they need to take a team fight for the rest of this game.
They really don't, but they certainly could because they have the potential to do it with the items they've got. They're just going to counter ward with a Gem of Truce that they've picked up and continue on further. The Diffuser Blade is also done for Titan's Miracle, and you know, they'll split push probably to take a set of racks, either with an Nature's Prophet or Miracle. They can get together as 5 and do it, but it's not necessary. There's no point in putting themselves in that kind of danger, and you talked about it. They don't need to take another team fight. That's really the great thing about this lineup, is that they can split push, pick people off whenever they need to, and just be all around annoying. They're pushing out 2 lanes, as you can see, and a lot of that is coming from the illusions of Miracle in the mid lane, and then top lane, the 3 heroes that are going. DM is caught out of position. He will get hexed up, but not go down. They don't want to chase that. Unstable Concoction was actually charged. Extinct takes that damage, but he does have a Vitality Booster. We picked that up casually. Top or middle lane, Burrow Strike going into Miracle, blinding Legged as well. Viper Strike's going to go. Of course, Epicenter was charged up, some damage is going through, but they all have to back off right now. Everyone's rather low other than DM, who's at pretty much half health here, but oh man, the sets of racks absolutely taking a fall here, and the melee racks will go down. Look at that, they take it quickly, they back off, and they say thank you very much. We'll take that and leave.
Man, if your Hearts Get Together, you caught the Phantom Lancer mid. You're like, guys, we got him. Kill him. Let's, we'll drop everything that we have. They've used the epicenter. They got force staffed out by Net, so the babysitter was always, just around the corner, and he survives. And what was looking like a very close kill for them actually ended up losing them an entire lane of racks. So, if your Hearts Get Together, you are very sad right now.
Very sad, I feel like, has been the term that describes them for this entire game. Since the start, when they missed that smoke gank mid, ever since then it just has been pretty much downhill. And it's been one-sided, which is strange because Titan, you go back to what they did in the first game, and they were the ones on their back feet. They were the ones dealing with HGT's immense pressure, and that was on the same server. So Titan somehow turned it around. I don't know what they said in between games, especially game 2 and 3, where we had that big long break, and they got that walkover win for the Singaporean server. But they're in a position now where they're rolling, and they are just absolutely taking this game like there's no tomorrow. But they do have to deal with the Shadow Fiend Butterfly now, which is something to keep in mind.
Well, they do have 2 hexes as well, so it's only the BKB that stands between them and the Shadow Fiend. It is still an 8-second BKB. There has not been a whole lot of fighting going on for the last while, but it's 1 Rax down up against the Phantom Lancer and a Nature's Prophet, and Hearts Get Together are still gonna hang on in this game. Again, if they lose, then they're out, so expect this to go the distance, but it's hard to imagine a situation where Hearts Get Together, break out of this base, and manage to get any further than maybe bringing down a tier 2. I think Titan are a disciplined enough team in this kind of style of Dota that it's unlikely that Hearts Get Together will be able to win this.
Well, assuming this continues on, then how long does it take for Titan to break the base really and shut HGT down for good?
If they take no risks, probably 10 minutes. DM's going to be caught out bottom lane, so Hearts Get Together about to be down 1 hero.
He actually doesn't have buyback either, surprisingly enough. They just called GG.
GG.
Wow. Look at that. So they know that this lead is insurmountable. I thought there would have been a bit more fight, but they know they have no buyback on their Viper. So 1 disconnect coming out already, and that's the game, as it looks like actually HGT were trying to fight with the Shadow Fiend mid. Not going their way, obviously, though, and Titan just kind of stranglehold HGT to death. And that is the end for them in the Fengyun tournament here. So it's going to be Titan with a 2-1, of course, victory over HGT. They will move on. I believe they're going to play Invictus Gaming next, and a pretty good matchup there. But for now, we are going to take a quick break. We'll jump right into Tongfu versus 4Love, with both teams being ready probably. But before we do, Baseskip, any shoutouts, and where can they find you?
So I'll just plug my Twitter. It's twitter.com/Baseskip. Looking forward to our final series of the day, Tongfu versus 4Love.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be a good series there. Of course, my name is Mott. You can follow me at twitter.com/MottDota2. Put some music up here for you guys in just a moment. Take a quick break, grab some drinks. Be right back, guys.